So, in mosaics of the bryophytes, after fertilization, the zygote develops into a sporophyte, that is, the differentiation of the zygote into the sporophyte that consists of three parts, that is, food, then seta, then capsule. Capsule contains the spore, the future spores. Examples are Funaria, Polytrichum, and Sphagnum. This diagram represents the sphagnum having antheridial and archegonial branch on the same plant but on the different branches, the female and male sex organs. This represents the Funaria, that is Funaria gametophyte, partially dependent sporophyte on the gametophyte, having the rhizoids, main roots, and same capsule, seta, and this foot. So the class algae have the chlorophycia. The examples are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Ulothrix, Pyrogera, and Chara. Volvox and Chara includes in the chlorophyci, the class of the algae. What are the basis for the classification of the algae into the three main classes? It's written in the summary part. Okay, depending on the type of pigment possessed and the type of stored food. Three kinds of stored food. Okay, so the fucus in the class Phaeophyceae, and the agar, the commercial products obtained from Gelidium gracilaria. These are the red algae and are used as growing microbes and preparation of ice creams and jellies. So agar is a commercial. So the pyrenoids included in chlorophyceae class of algae contains the protein besides the starch. So protein at the center and surrounded by the starch. This thallus represents the female thallus having the archegoniopore, and this represents the antheridophore, that is male thallus. The thallus is dorsiventral and closely oppressed to the substrate. The liverworts having the plant body is thalloid in Markensia. Markensia, that is dioecious bryophyte. In algae represented by brown algae and carrageen represented by red algae, which are used commercially. The algains and carrageens, these are hydrocolloids. So these are the substances that can hold the water for the transshipment or transportation. Flagellated motile spores present in the Ulothrix. Ulothrix is a filamentous and non-flagellated in Spirogyra. The cell membrane is lipid bilayer, and there are some polar molecules that cannot pass through the non-polar lipid bilayer. The polar molecules cannot pass through the non-polar lipid bilayer, so they require the carrier protein of the membrane to facilitate their transport across this membrane. So the lipid bilayer has the non-polar tail part, so the polar molecule cannot pass through this non-polar part of the lipid bilayer, so this is why they require a carrier protein of the membrane to facilitate their transport across the membrane. So polar molecules cannot pass through the lipid bilayer.